Welcome back, dear students. Hope you all are fine. We are reading first chapter of chemistry, that is matter in our surroundings. We are reading the topic change of state of matter. In that we have read about effect of change of temperature. Today we will read about effect of change of pressure. If we will increase or decrease the pressure, means by changing the pressure we can change the state of matter. The state of matter can be changed by changing the pressure. Like if we will increase the pressure on the gases, if we will increase the pressure on gases, increase pressure on gases and we will decrease their temperature and decrease their temperature then they can be liquefied. Then they can be liquefied. Liquefied means they can be converted into liquid form. And there are some solids which can be converted into gases by decreasing the pressure and increasing the temperature. Some solids can be converted into gases by decreasing the pressure and increasing the temperature So if we have to liquefy a gas, means we have to convert it into liquid form, what we will do? We will compress it highly. And then we will decrease its temperature. Why the temperature is decreased? It is because whenever the gas are highly compressed, whenever gases are highly compressed, then their temperature increases. So for liquefying them we have to decrease the temperature. So generally the temperature is decreased by pouring the water. The temperature is decreased by pouring water. Like ammonia gas, it can be liquefied by compressing it, and along with the compression we will decrease its temperature. This happens because whenever the gases are highly compressed, highly compressed. So the particles come close together. They comes close together and starts attracting each other. They starts attracting each other, and then the gases converts into the liquid form. And the inverse is also true. If we will increase the temperature, if we will increase the temperature and decrease the pressure, then some solids can be converted into gases. Example is dry ice. Dry ice. We have read about dry ice earlier also. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide, that is solid CO2. So if the pressure is decreased and the temperature increases, then the solid carbon dioxide, which is known as dry ice, it starts converting into gaseous form. It starts converting into gaseous form. So whenever a slab of dry ice is kept at normal temperature and pressure, it starts converting into gaseous form. Means it starts forming carbon dioxide gas. And dry ice is an extremely cold substance. It is an extremely cold substance. It is used to deep freeze the food. It is used for deep freezing the food and keeping the ice creams cold. And it is very much more effective than the normal ice for the cooling purpose. The dry ice is more effective in cooling than the normal ice. Now we will read about evaporation. Process of changing of a liquid into gas or vapors below the boiling point. Below the boiling point is called evaporation. The process of changing of a liquid. The process of changing of a liquid. Changing of a liquid into gas or vapors at any temperature below its boiling point. At any temperature below its boiling point, it is called evaporation. Like for the formation of cloud, the water is continuously evaporating from the various water bodies, and the common salt is obtained by the evaporation of seawater. So in the evaporation, the liquid converts into gas or vapors at any temperature that is below the boiling point. So this is the main difference between the vaporization and evaporation. In the evaporation, the liquid converts into gas below the boiling point. So whatever be the temperature, the latent heat of vaporization must be supplied. Latent heat of vaporization must be supplied. So latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization is necessary for the evaporation also, because in the evaporation also a liquid is converting into a gas. So latent heat of vaporization is necessary. This heat can be absorbed by the surrounding also or from the rest part of the liquid also. So how does the evaporation takes place? There are some particles in the liquid which are having more energy than the rest of the liquid. So these particles keep on moving with the fast speed. It keeps on moving with the fast speed, and they are having enough energy. Having enough energy to break the force of attraction. They are having enough energy to break the force of attraction. And those fast moving particles keep on escaping from the surface of the liquid. It keeps on escaping from the surface of the liquid and keeps on converting into gas or vapors. Some of the particles in the liquid always have more energy than the rest of the liquid. So those particles which are having enough energy, they keeps on escaping from the liquid and converts into gas or vapors. There are 4 factors which affect the rate of evaporation. Factors affecting rate of evaporation. First factor is temperature. Second is surface area. Third is humidity. And the last one is speed of wind. These are the 4 factors which affect the rate of evaporation. So higher the temperature, so faster will be the evaporation. Means the rate of evaporation will be faster if the temperature is high. And if the temperature will be low, then the rate of evaporation will be slower. Surface area. If the surface area is larger, then evaporation will be faster. Larger surface area. If the surface area is larger, then the rate of evaporation will be faster. Whereas if the surface area is less, then the evaporation will be slower. Like if we will take 100 ml water in a glass and we will keep it for some time, then evaporation will be very less. But whereas if we will take it in a big size bucket or a tub, then the rate of evaporation will be faster, because the surface area will be more in the case of a tub or a bucket. Humidity. If the air is dry, dry, so the evaporation will be faster. The evaporation will be faster. Means if the air is less humid, if the humidity of air is less, then the evaporation will be faster. Less humid air. Less humid air means the humidity is less, then the evaporation will be faster. Speed of wind. If the speed of wind is fast, means the wind is blowing at fast speed, then also the evaporation will be faster, because when the wind will blow at a fast speed, it will carry away the evaporated vapors. Whatever the water or the liquid has converted into vapors, the blowing wind will carry it away. So these are the 4 factors that determine the rate of evaporation. And whenever the evaporation takes place, it causes cooling. It causes cooling. Like if we will pour some spirit on our hand, then the spirit will get evaporated. It will evaporate. The spirit will evaporate and our hand will feel cool. Our hand will feel cool. As you might have seen, the water is kept in earthen pitchers. It is kept in earthen pots. Earthen pots in summer. The water is kept in earthen pots in summer. Why? Because the earthen pots are having very small holes over their surface. So the water keeps on coming out from those holes slowly. And when that water evaporates, it cools down the earthen pot and the water that is inside the pot. We should wear cotton clothes in summer because cotton is a good absorber of sweat or the water. It is a good absorber of sweat or water. So it will easily absorb the sweat from our body, and when the evaporation will take place from that cotton cloth, we will feel cool. We will feel cool. Like the summer cooler. Like the summer cooler cools better on a hot and dry day. It cools better on a hot and dry day because the evaporation is faster. Because the evaporation is faster on a hot and dry day. So that's all, student. Now your chapter is complete. So in the next video we will start our next chapter. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.